Monika Watson. I do acrylic and ceramic paintings, which I call mixed media, for want of a better category. And I make and glaze and fire ceramic pieces, which I incorporate in my acrylic painting. And it gives them a glow and a sheen, and they always look alive. I don't know that there has been a real beginning other than going back to childhood, and I recently realized that I'm now doing everything I wanted to do when I was a small child. All my hobbies and anyway passions are being fulfilled, and I am quite happy about that. I have managed to make a precarious living with my paintings, and when I got started, I left Austria and always wanted to go to France. I did go to Paris, enrolled in a French school, and found work in an architect's agency, and where you learn drafting, and you were sent from architect to architect, depending on who had a big new project. And I think that those are jobs that no longer exist. I was a draftsman, and eventually somebody offered me a job in a commercial art studio. And I learned some of the basics, and did also jobs that don't exist anymore, like color separation, very tedious stuff. But and eventually came to this country and did get good jobs right away. I had a sort of a technical background and also the art. I was married at the time. I worked for my husband's company doing their brochures and the graphics and whatever was necessary. And eventually we moved to Tampa, and I was working for a big engineering company, again doing the graphics and publications and so on. And always wanted to say, oh, I want to do my own things, I want to paint. And until one day I got too tired hearing myself saying that, and I started doing it. And I was very successful. I did some shows, and I was pretty successful for the first year. And then the second year, kind of nothing. And I got, you know, it was pretty crude at the time, but I worked and worked, and it got better, and I managed eventually to make the said precarious living. And I lived in Tampa for many years and moved about 18 years ago to Gulfport, where I had friends, and bought a little house that was in the middle of a desert. And I planted many, many trees around my house and at the neighbors, and the desert bloomed.